Welcome back to my channel. The moment the entire wrestling universe has been counting down has finally arrived, and with it comes a revelation so explosive that it promises to reshape everything we thought we understood about loyalty, identity, and betrayal in professional wrestling. The mysterious attacker who has haunted Monday Night Raw, who struck from the shadows and plunged both WWE and EW into weeks of speculation and chaos, has returned at last, and tonight, he is prepared to reveal the truth behind the mask. From the very first second of the broadcast, the air inside the arena feels different, heavy with anticipation and uncertainty, as fans around the world lean closer to their screens, knowing that they are on the brink of witnessing a moment that will be talked about for years to come. For weeks now, the identity of the masked saboteur, who turned Survivor Series into a war zone of confusion, has been the single most discussed topic in all of professional wrestling. Every possible name has been thrown into the fire, from long-lost legends whose returns would shake the industry, to bitter rivals with old scores to settle, to shocking outsiders no one ever expected to see step through those ropes again. Social media has been flooded with theories, breakdown videos, and heated debates, each one more intense than the last, as fans tried desperately to piece together the clues hidden in every movement, every attack, every word spoken in distortion. On this night, however, speculation gives way to certainty, and mystery finally bows to truth. The atmosphere inside the building is electric, charged with a nervous energy that seems to crackle in the air as the cameras scan the faces of fans packed into every seat, some chanting, some silent, all waiting. This is not just another reveal. This is a moment that will redefine the landscape of WWE and send shockwaves straight through AEW as well. The masked man has held an incredible kind of power these past weeks, the power that comes with anonymity, the power to strike without consequence, to move unseen through the chaos he created, to watch alliances shatter and accusations fly in every direction while he remained hidden in the dark. From the shadows, he observed Roman Reigns' circle fracture, trust erode, and long-standing relationships begin to rot under the weight of suspicion. He let the locker rooms turn on themselves, the media swirl with rumors, and the fans teeter between excitement and frustration. Yet, as intoxicating as that power may be, the demand for truth always grows louder, and the pressure from both rosters, from reporters, and from the millions watching worldwide has now reached a breaking point. Tonight, there is no more hiding. Tonight, the shadow steps into the light. Without warning, the arena is plunged into complete darkness, the glow of thousands of phones lighting up like distant stars as the crowd erupts into a roar of anticipation. Then, in the center of the ramp, a single spotlight snaps on, cutting through the darkness to reveal the masked figure standing perfectly still. He does not move at first, as if allowing the tension to stretch and tighten with every passing second. The music begins to pulse softly, building a slow, ominous rhythm as he finally starts to walk forward, each deliberate step echoing through the arena. The crowd's reaction is wild and divided, a thunderous mixture of boos, cheers, and unrelenting chants demanding to know who he is. He ascends the steel steps, enters the ring, and stands at its center, surveying the sea of faces that have waited so long for this moment. When he lifts the microphone to his mouth, his voice is still distorted, still hidden behind the digital snarl that has become so familiar. He asks if they want a name, if they want to put a face to the monster they have created. His hands rise slowly to the back of his head, and the building seems to hold its breath. The tension in the arena is almost unbearable, a silence born not of calm, but of expectation so intense it feels like pressure on the chest. With a sudden motion, he unclasps the mask and peels it away from his face. In that instant, the opening notes of one of the most iconic, rebellious themes in wrestling history hit the speakers, and the arena explodes in an eruption of sound unlike anything heard all night. The man standing in the ring is Dean Ambrose, but not the Dean Ambrose the world once knew. This is not the unpredictable madman of the past driven by chaotic energy and reckless abandon. This is a colder, sharper, more dangerous incarnation, his eyes focused with a calculating intensity that sends a chill through the crowd. As the music fades, he speaks again, this time in his natural voice, cutting through the noise with icy clarity. He says no one should be surprised, because the wrestling world itself built him this way. He speaks of hypocrisy, of backstage politics, of lies wrapped in corporate branding and sold as truth. He names both WWE and AEW as two sides of the same corrupted coin, rival brands wearing different logos yet driven by the same power struggles, the same manipulation, the same illusions of choice. He declares that he simply chose to become the hammer that would smash that coin in half. This unmasking is not merely a shocking reveal, it is a full-scale declaration of war on the entire industry. Ambrose does not frame himself as a villain or a mercenary working for one side against the other. Instead, he casts himself as an anarchic revolutionary, a man who has rejected the very idea of corporate loyalty and chosen instead to tear down the structures that demand it. Every attack, every act of sabotage, every calculated move now takes on a new meaning. He was never targeting Roman Reigns' team for Paul Heyman's benefit, nor was he acting in service of AEW. His true target was the system itself, the concept that a wrestler's allegiance should be owned, purchased, and controlled by corporate banners rather than personal conviction. This explains the meticulous nature of his planning, the way he crossed company lines with ease, and the deeply personal tone of his actions. He was not fighting for a brand. He was fighting against the cage that both brands represent. In that moment, as Ambrose stands in the ring without his mask for the first time, the reality becomes clear that the wrestling world has just changed forever. The boundaries that once seemed unbreakable have now been shattered in front of millions. The idea that a single man could move freely between worlds, striking at the heart of both, has shifted the balance of power in ways no one fully understands yet. The locker rooms in WWE and AEW alike will now be forced to confront an enemy who answers to no authority but his own vision of justice, however twisted or dangerous that vision may be. Fans are left stunned, trying to process not only the identity of the masked attacker, but the implications of what he represents. Ambrose is no longer just a competitor. He is a symbol of rebellion against the machinery of modern wrestling itself. The question now is not just what he will do next, but who will dare to stand in his way. Will Roman Reigns seek revenge for the chaos inflicted upon his empire? Will AEW attempt to contain the threat that now openly challenges their existence? Or will others, inspired by Ambrose's defiance, begin to question their own allegiances and follow him into the fire? One thing is certain, the lunatic is no longer operating in the shadows. He is out in the open, fully exposed, and armed with purpose.